Reddit reported the viewership for Shakur Stevenson versus sorry, this truck going by, versus spinach artichoke Artem. He did over he averaged over 1.1 million viewership. He peaked at 1.25, so over 1.25 he peaked at. So in comparison, Teofimo last fight versus, or his other fight versus Jermaine Ortiz, he peaked at 583,000. Now these numbers don't include ESPN Plus, which people don't even report the ESPN Plus numbers. They're digital. But also on top of that, don't nobody even know what ESPN Plus is good for. I just had a conversation with somebody, what's the point of having ESPN Plus if I can't watch ESPN? And that's the problem. ESPN Plus is one of the most useless apps of all time, unless you like watching the 30 for 30s and some of the, in the arena. I don't watch none of that. I watch the 30 for 30s. I go back and watch them, but other than that, and a lot of some of the out-of-market games you may get, like some of the HBCU football games, but for the most part, ain't no real benefit to having ESPN Plus. It's one of the dumbest apps to have, because you can't watch ESPN on it most of the time. It's good if you want to watch fight replays and stuff of that nature, but other than that, it's trash. But nonetheless, man, so, and they didn't report, I didn't see any numbers on Teofimo versus Steve Cloget. I think that was last week, so and obviously it probably fell short of a million viewership. So for the most part, Teofimo Lopez flops again. He said, well, Shakur Stevenson is worth 2 million like me. Apparently no. He brought viewership to the table, and he bringing eyes to the set, and he sold a good amount of tickets too. He's going to be valuable. He's going to continue to be valuable out here in these streets, man. Like it or not, he's going to continue to be valuable. So those are really good numbers for ESPN at this point. Not too many of their fighters was cracking over 1 million. I heard people say them better than Lomachenko and Kambosos numbers as well too. So I don't know the numbers per se for that fight, but I'll just go ahead and run with it. So I can see that being true, man. And at the end of the day, man, so be it. Y'all want to know why Shakur Stevenson he feels entitled because he was a silver medalist, and he think that means something today. That don't mean nothing like what it used to mean back in the day when you used to have a gold medal or a silver medal, because it's a disconnect in the Olympics. Most Black Americans don't care about the Olympics. I don't even know if it's on or not. Right? I seen the trial run. Most Black Americans don't care about the Olympics, and most people think that most Black people shouldn't even compete for America in the Olympics since they don't love us. You know what I'm saying? And it's always this selective outrage when we do things and all that stuff. But that's a different argument for a different day. So people don't really, I value, like most Black Americans don't even view the Olympics like that, because we don't really feel part of the country like that. So they use us and throw us back to the streets. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody from competing. That's just what it is. We're outcast in the country, and then they want to cast us to be and go out there to compete. But people don't really care about that no more. Boxing don't hit the way it used to hit. Bunch of corruption. They're trying to bring it back to the Olympics. I don't think it'll be back this Olympics. I don't know. But for the most part, it's just too much corruption. But he feel like he's entitled because he was a silver medalist. He was good. He was good. This dude again? Jesus Christ, thought he went to break. Golly, bro. Him and his blower, bro. Like, he literally getting on my last nerves with this blower, bro. Literally getting on my last nerves with this blower. They done went to lunch and left him. Like, go to lunch too. Go to lunch with them. Him and his blower getting on my last nerves. Him and his blower getting on my last nerves, man. He having too much fun pulling that trigger on that blower, bro. Too much fun as a grown man. As a grown man, why you pull the trigger on the blower? It's like, no, it's sassy. But yeah, nonetheless, man, the numbers is good, man, and that's why he gonna have demand out here in these streets. Now, somebody gonna pay him $3 million or close to it or more to it. I don't know other than Top Rank. But if Top Rank think his value at $3 million, then somebody else might think his value was at 3.5, $4 million. Who knows what it is? So y'all always pocket watching. Oh, he's boring, but people continue to tune in. Mayweather was boring. Money Mayweather, people continue to tune in. You know, and really him beefing with everybody on the internet, which I would have preferred him do it before the fight. Him beef with everybody on the internet. Guess what? He's just getting his name out there into the algorithm and people talk about him, and they gonna see him bore again. But I mean, like I said before, a lot of these fighters are sensitive, bro. A lot of niggas are sensitive, man. They was raised by women, and they sensitive. They don't know how to just be like, you know, okay, you got your opinion. It is what it is. They want to go back and forth with everybody. There's no real man argue with people. There's no real grown man gonna argue with nobody. Once I get my point across, that's it. Unless you can provide some information that's factual that can change my opinion, then no, I'm not about to argue with niggas on the internet. I made $1.5 million minimum, and I'm on here arguing with Gilly, Wall, Mason, them. You out your rabbit ass mind. But he did some good numbers, man, and you know, with those numbers that he did, man, you know, that's why he holds value to Top Rank. He only the real fighter that fight on regular ESPN that crack over $1 million, especially since Terrence left. He's been the second most consistent TV rating guy. You know, I don't know if that's because he's from the tri-state area, he's in the New Jersey, New York area. Obviously, his people support him. Obviously, people tuned in. Also, they had UFC. Did they have UFC going that same night, or was the Masvidal and Nate Diaz fight going on? And he still was able to draw eyeballs to the sets. Teofimo Lopez, I think he might have been competing with MMA last week. So I don't know his numbers last week, but the Jermaine Ortiz fight, he wasn't competing with shit but the NFL award show. Don't nobody care about that. And nobody still came to the arena and seen him. And nobody still came and watched this fight and seen him. You know? So he didn't doubled up your peak. He didn't more than doubled up Teofimo Lopez's peak. And he probably doubled up, I forget his average was 500 or something. So it wasn't 583. He done doubled up his peak and doubled up his average. People just don't like Teofimo Lopez. So you letting a dude who a snoozer, you letting Snorlax outsell you and outdo you in viewership is crazy. You letting Snorlax outdo you is bananas. You know, we should be. Nah, he had at least people walking out his fight. You wouldn't even have people walking in your fight. At least he had people walking out his fight. You ain't even had people walking in your fight. On the real, you ain't even had people walking in that fight. So, you know, whatever he did, you know, it's just some people just sell and some people don't. You know, Teofimo Lopez from New York City, and New York City don't claim him. That's why he be hating on Shoo and all them. You know, they don't mess with him like that. He's a clown. But at least Shakur Stevenson, next time he don't sell, he's selling this city. Him and Valdez sold out there in Vegas. You know, so y'all can say what y'all want to say about Core, but people still show up to watch him fight. They sure do. So, you know, he can see, you know, and Teal was saying, well, you know, his opponent wasn't better than mine. Nobody know who Clegg was. Stop it. Artem really beat Frank Martin. Let's stop acting like he didn't. And what's so funny, when they don't like a particular fighter, they like to leave out the truth. You know what I'm saying? They like to leave out the facts. It's crazy. And I know Shakur Stevenson, everybody feel like they against you right now, including me with your boring ass, but it is come with the territory. As soon as you have a big victory, all these same people gonna hop on your nuts. That's how the game go. But boy, did he take the heat off Devin Haney ass, didn't he? Devin Haney was gonna get hate because Ryan Garcia said the N-word. They was blaming Haney for that. See, if it wasn't for you, Ryan wouldn't be exposed as a racist. Devin Haney like, you know what, bro? But how they treating Shakur and how they treating Devin Haney in the black community, bro, I wouldn't do nothing for these dudes, bro. I wouldn't come back and buy back the block. I wouldn't do nothing for these dudes. I would disassociate them. They would say, what's your ethnic group when you voting in the census? I put other, because I ain't the brother. I wouldn't associate with these people, bro. I would not associate with these people if I'm him. Real talk, I would not associate with these people. You don't never see Mexicans turn on their people like they turned on Devin and Shakur. Never. No matter how boring the performance was, they have a certain code. They might voice their displeasure here and there, but it's never like this. Only black people have more vitriol for each other than anybody. They more matter at Shakur than they are Ryan Garcia. Real talk. You got people taking Ryan Garcia's side over Shakur. I mean, black people, you can't make this shit up. What Kevin Samuels say, you can't make this shit up. You can't. And then it's be these guys that's trying to tell us about unity and how we need to, man, no unity, bro. They took the unity out of community, bro. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link inscription. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere. Patreon. The whole nine. Peace.